So far, 2 10-minute videos have been published. I've done almost all of this work myself over the past 9 months. On the one hand, there is a lot I would still like to do, but on the other hand, I don't have the time to do it alone. It's not just that publishing 3 10-minute videos per year is not a good pace and I may not finish the project at this rate. It's that the technical aspects of this project are extremely time-consuming, and I'd like to focus more of my time on the creative elements. And so here we are. If you'd like to see more videos at a higher quality, I invite you to join or support the project. There are 2 ways you can help out. First is by volunteering, second is by donating. Let's address the second option first. The goal of this project is not to make money. I make a point of not monetizing this video so that you're not interrupted by commercials. Therefore, donations are the only way to finance this project without breaking its spirit. Let me emphasize, there will never be commercials in these videos and nothing required from you. I will not report or share anything. I don't want to owe anything to anyone, period. If you think this project has great potential, if you believe that it can help people grow, and if you'd like to be a part of it, send donations. There are no catches. Now back to the first option, volunteers. What kind of volunteers am I looking for? Well, at this moment, and this will make me look silly, I need anyone with any kind of production experience. Every skill set is required. If you've seen the 2 published clips and have production experience, you probably know what you can contribute. Couple of hints. I'd like to see less of me in the videos and more animations and graphics. This means I'm looking not only for graphic designers, 2D animators, 3D modelers, 3D animators, video editors and other technicians, but also screenwriters. After all, everything starts from a script, where everything is planned out, including the music. I'm also thinking about doing a Muppet-style show. One day, I'd like to even change the host, meaning replace myself. You get the idea. By the way, if you don't have anything to do with the industry but you know someone who does, there is something you can do. Let's say there are not so many people involved in Muppet-style show and there is only a small chance they would see this video. But you can help make it happen, right? On the website you'll see a page called How Can I Help, where you can find more information. In the description for this video there is a link to the page. But there is one vacancy that I want to flag right here and now, the producer. I need a right hand, someone to coordinate the broader team. I don't have leadership experience and I have nothing to do with the industry. I live in Russia, but the videos are made in both English and Russian. So I'm looking for English-speaking volunteers and thus an English-speaking producer who knows the trade and has relevant management experience. And now let me put myself in your shoes. Let's say I'm a specialist in the field and I'd love to volunteer, but I have strongly held beliefs of my own. It doesn't matter what these beliefs are, but I'm not going to change them. Now, some nobody has invited you into their project without specifying their beliefs. Lucky you. And what if it turns out you have conflicting views? Well, as to my views, yes, I do have beliefs of my own, and no, I will not elaborate on them now, but yes, I promise that I will at some point. For now, paradoxically, that is not important. What really matters is A, how you deal with facts, and B, how honest you present information to others. I hate propaganda. I'm strongly opposed to persuading anyone to do anything. I will not attempt to persuade anyone that evolution is correct, nor will I attempt to persuade you that dance is in fact intelligent design. To me, persuasion is manipulation, a lie, a form of violence. At the moment I'm working on videos presenting each side individually as I understand them. As I've already said, I do have a position of my own, and at some point I will explain which side I fall on, and from that point we'll cease to argue their opponents. But I'm brainstorming ways to give the opponents the chance to present their ideas. This would work best if they were famous or accomplished people presenting their positions with authority. If any of this conflicts with your personal beliefs, you are free to leave without question. But the point of this project is not belief. It's about critical thinking. It's not beliefs that separate people, but the lack of critical thinking. People who can think critically can get along even if they have opposing beliefs. While stubborn or closed-minded people will part ways as soon as they discover their beliefs differ. People who think critically bring their thoughts closer to reality, while closed-minded people create their own reality. As far as I know, there are 3 options here. First, the truth changes us. Second, we change the truth. though there is not absolute truth, just belief. The slogan of this project is as follows: if there is any truth at all, it's not afraid of facts. On the contrary, truth corresponds with facts, has been tested by facts, and by facts it has been proven. This project is for those who are willing to search out the truth themselves and who understand the difference between the truth and belief. It's for those who choose the first option, that truth changes people. But people change only when their beliefs change. So if you're someone who never changes your beliefs, don't waste your time and forget about this project. It's not for you. But if you'd like to hone your critical thinking skills, you're open to discovering new understandings of life, you're very welcome, as a visitor, a supporter, or a volunteer. And if I don't thank you for your help, please don't be offended. Your involvement in this project should be something you do for yourself, because you're committed to the idea of the project, not to me. This project isn't something I need, but rather something we all need in this era of fake news. It's time to challenge alternative information. In conclusion, I'd like to remind you of standard ways of promoting this project. Subscribe, like, and share. Postscriptum. I want to leave you alone with your thoughts. Today's way of life consumes both time and desire for a private room. In fact, there is no such thing now as a private room, only private space. But it's only a private room where humans can give birth to their own thoughts and beliefs. All other spaces only allow you to agree with some and disagree with the others, and therefore replicate the thoughts and beliefs of some as if they were yours. Don't agree, but rather think. That's why comments are disabled. That's why all rights are reserved. I don't want anyone to copy the content and republish it under different conditions or for their own interest. So, welcome to the place where they don't want you to agree, trust, or follow nothing but